Welcome to the Colorado Rockies franchise in MLB The Show. We have reached the All-Star break here in the 2025 season, and the Rockies have gone 11-1 in July leading up to the break. Right now, the Rockies hold the best record in baseball by a game, and we have nobody competing in the Home Run Derby and just one All-Star. I wanted to recap the Derby and All-Star game, but if you want to just skip to actual Rockies action, you can skip ahead using the chapters on the YouTube play bar. We start things off with Fernando Tatis Jr., who was the 8th seed here in the Derby, coming in with a total of 21 home runs in the first half. So Rafael Devers just missed out on making it despite missing half of the first half. Pretty good first round for Tatis, hitting 11 home runs, and he would beat Pete Alonso. This next matchup, Trent Grisham, one of Tatis' teammates, facing Ronald Acuna Jr. Acuna just had to top 8 and right away started hitting some very impressive long balls. That one gets way up there at 444, and he ultimately breaks the tie, getting his 9th home run here into center field. That set up the semifinal with him and Tatis. Tatis beating Alonso, who was the 1 seed, by the way, led the league with 28 home runs. In this matchup, it's Freddie Freeman versus Yordan Alvarez. Freeman started with 8, and Alvarez with time expiring. That one's going to carry out, and he moves on. Now, this year's Derby had a surprise participant. Tommy La Stella, with 100 career home runs, has hit 22 of them in the first half of this season. La Stella came into the year with a career high in home runs of 20, which he did in 2023 in this series, but he has 3 seasons in his major league career where he's only hit 1. He is not known for his power, but at age 36, he is peaking with his home run ability, and he put together a 12 home run first round, topping Fernando Tatis Jr. He was here to actually compete. La Stella facing Luke Voit. 12 is not easy to top, and Voit just hugged the left field line way too much, hit too many fouls, and was not able to match the 12 of La Stella as he moves on. I still can't believe Tommy La Stella is hitting home runs like this season. He's a 73 overall right now. So on to the semifinals. Tatis facing Acuna. Tatis had 11 in his first round and put together a pretty solid second round as well. His second round saw him put up 10 home runs. Acuna trying to match, takes it all the way down to time expiring, gets 1 swing left, he hits number 10, and we go to an overtime swing off. How many home runs can you hit in 60 seconds? Tatis had a really nice overtime, setting the pace at 4 home runs. And you pretty much have to be perfect if you're going to do more than 4 in 60 seconds, especially because these home runs have so much hang time. Acuna, 2 down, 18 seconds left. You have to go 2 for 2. You're not getting 3 swings, and he missed on that one. And that means that this one isn't going to matter, and Tatis moves on to the finals. Can Tommy La Stella get there to take on Tatis for the Derby title? He sets the pace facing Yordan Alvarez. Some of these home runs really got up there. 437 there to right. These are impressive. He had his fair share of like 380 footers that barely got out, but he displayed serious home run power, but couldn't hit the 12 that he did in the first round. He hit 8. That brings us to Yordan Alvarez, who hit 9 in the first round, but when you're the second to hit, all you have to do is beat your opponent. What can Alvarez really do? Well, he ends up beating La Stella with plenty of time left on the clock. We don't know what his potential really is. Now, The finals is set up, Tatis versus Alvarez. Tatis with 25 home runs in his first 2 rounds, 4 of those in the swing-off. Alvarez hitting what he had to do to win, which ended up being 18. Tatis to center, 442. There's 10. I think 10 is kind of the good benchmark there for trying to put some pressure on the second hitter. Alvarez down 3, 20 seconds left. That one falls short. And he turns on this one, hits the final homer of the Derby, but the hardware goes to Fernando Tatis Jr., the number 8 seed, wins the home run Derby. I know the Rockies haven't been part of these derbies, but I do enjoy going through them when there's a bit of a storyline. Here we have the Tommy La Stella surprise season, but Tatis takes it home. He now has, I believe, a World Series MVP and a home run derby title in this series. That takes us into the All-Star game, and I was really disappointed to see that we only had one All-Star, and that was Luis Severino. I thought Josh Bell, David Geronimo, and Rafael Devers all deserved to be in there, but it's tough to be first place, and we just never got there. Trevor Rogers has been perhaps the best pitcher in the first half of the season with a sub-2 ERA, and he picks up a strikeout facing Xander Bogaerts. Garrett Cole is 10-0 on the season with really good numbers, facing the former Rocky Trevor Story, who's been doing a great job with Atlanta in this series. Cole gets him to chase. We go into the second. This is Pete Alonso. Full count. Rogers gets him. In these All-Star games, you kind of expect the pitchers to control the game, and we've had some really boring All-Star games in this series. But Bryce Harper supplies the first big hit, and that is a home run to right off of Garrett Cole. Some of these really good pitchers do give up the long ball on occasion, just usually a solo homer. And here is our only All-Star. He is the second pitcher in for the National League. It's Luis Severino. He's been amazing for us in this series. Gives up a high drive to right center that gets down. A double for Zach Collins. Now, home run hitting Tommy La Stella draws the walk. That brings up Bogaerts. And he grounds one through the right side. Collins holds at third. The bases are loaded here with nobody out. Next, it's Adam Hazley on an 0-2 pitch. Clobbered to right, out of reach. That is going to score at least one as the base runners scramble, and they end up getting 2 on the double. Next, it's Mike Trout. Full count and lifted deep to right center field. That time it's a sacrifice fly. Not a great showing here in the All-Star game for Severino, and a base hit from Alvarez means he allows 4 runs in the third. Usually in these All-Star games, we don't even see a team hit 4 runs. But now, the American League leads it 4-1. Here is Steven Strasburg facing Mike Trout, and that is drilled into right center field. The American League doing a great job. This led to them adding their 5th run. Later in the game, they bring in Tigers closer Kelly Guzman, who is a 20-year-old closer and already one of the best up-and-coming in the league. Trent Grisham takes this one all the way to the wall. Guzman, by the way, 45 career saves and 48 opportunities. And like I said, only 20 years old. Trying to protect the lead here in the All-Star game, and the National League starting to chip away. Here is a 2-run double for JT Realmuto. Then the American League turns to Jordan Romano. 3-run game. Altuve draws the walk. That brings up Nico Horner, and he grounds to first. There's some trouble with it, and hustling down the line, he is safe to load the bases. That brings up Cody Bellinger. And this ball is crushed deep to center field. And just like that, the National League has taken the lead on Bellinger's grand slam. This might be the best All-Star game we've had in the entire series. How often in the All-Star game are you going to see a 5-run deficit overcome? Tanner Rainey comes in later. 33 of 34 opportunities here in the first half. Top 9, Ryan Mountcastle lines one. It's taken away. That could have changed the game right there, but Gleyber Torres makes the catch. One down. Pete Alonso, top home run hitter in the first half. Deep to left, but not quite there. One out left to go. It's catcher Zach Collins. And he strikes out to end the game as the National League is victorious 7-6. Again, wish the Rockies were more part of these games, but it was still at least pretty fun to go through. It's the last time I'm going to celebrate a Cody Bellinger home run in this series. So that concludes the All-Star festivities. It's been a great season to this point, and like I said, the Rockies have the best record in baseball right now, 57 wins. But how many is it going to take to win the NL West? That is the goal. As we look ahead to the second half, we have two 20 home run hitters in Rafael Devers and David Geronimo. We have a lot of players hitting for a high average when that used to be one of the team's biggest weaknesses. We have so many players putting together career seasons that are going to have a chance for them to really cash in this year as free agency is approaching, and that's going to be one of the next milestones we're going to talk about. Luis Severino's been outstanding. DeGrom has been great. I like the starting rotation a lot, but I have been thinking about maybe making a move in the bullpen. That's been a tricky situation to figure out, but we're going to talk about that a lot here going through the rest of the episode. I really want to make the most of this season with this team because I know we have free agents. The team might not be as good next season. It's hard to say. But we currently lead the LA Dodgers. And if we look around the rest of the league, nobody else has 57 wins. There are some interesting teams here on top in their divisions. The Tigers have been rebuilt. That is impressive. If we check out some of the team rankings, we are 4th right now in batting average, 2nd in runs scored, and 2nd in home runs. We're also allowing the 4th least hits. In runs allowed, we'll take 11th, but we do have a weakness of allowing the long ball this season, and that's been pretty team-wide. The All-Star break is complete. Moving on to the second half, we open with 2 series at home. Starting off against the Reds, who are able to take 2 or 3 against us, but then we sweep the Cardinals, having a 4-2 homestand. With the trade deadline approaching, I wanted to think more about this. I felt like if we were to do anything, it would be add a pitcher, and I'm definitely willing to give up prospects to do it. What I had trouble with was deciding who I wanted to remove from the active roster. And then, of course, finding a player who could be a difference maker, somebody having a really nice season, and a trade that just made sense for both sides. And I initially was really interested in making a deal with the White Sox. They have Garrett Crochet. Alvarado has had his struggles this year, and I'd love to have just an outstanding lefty to come out of the bullpen. But if we check out the White Sox record, they're firmly in playoff contention, division title contention, so trading for a first-round pick while they're having a good season, I don't think made sense. We end up losing a series again to Cincinnati going on the road, and then we take on the Houston Astros, a rare 2-game interleague series for us. DeGrom helps us get a victory, and we try to pick up a 2-game sweep before leaving Houston. On the mound for Colorado, we have Corbin Burnes, and his season has been a bit all over the place, but as we check out the numbers, they all look really good. First inning, here is a base hit to left from Miles Straw. This puts 2 aboard here for the Astros, nobody out. He falls behind Yordan Alvarez, walks him on 4 pitches. Bases already loaded. Here's Miguel Sano. He's going to swing at anything you throw his way. You just better not miss in the zone. And Burnes almost gives up the grand slam. 4 swings for Sano. 3 of those out of the zone. Strike 3. This game can be really authentic. Base is still loaded. Nice play by Devers. He caught that. So can't get the double play. Trying to end the inning. Burns strikes out Travis Shaw and works himself out of the bases loaded jam unscathed. Aaron Nola takes the mound for the Astros, and he seems to be not quite the pitcher he once was. There's that shift, taking away a hit from Rafi Devers. In the second, good curveball away, and that gets Johnny Schaefer swinging. Pretty slow start for the Rockies offense. Solak, nice swing into right, but that's taken care of. Scoreless bottom 3. There's a drive to right center. Alex Bregman into this big outfield. And that ends up being a double. Next up, it is Yordan Alvarez. And that ball ain't coming down. That was a pretty okay pitch. I mean, it wasn't a strike, and he hit a home run off of it for his 29th on the season. I'm surprised that was only 411. I guess they don't project what it would have been if, like, the seats weren't there or something. I think that would have been a lot more than 411. This one looks to be 411, but straight up in the air by Nimmo. He pops out to deep right center. This is just a rough day for the Rockies at the plate. Nola cruising through innings in this game. Bottom 5. With a runner on first with little speed. Just kind of get unlucky. Schaefer can't handle that one. Then a jam base hit to right. It's only 2-0. It just feels so much worse. Straw draws a 4-pitch walk, and the bases are loaded again. This time, though, we don't give Burns the chance to get out of it. He just wasn't sharp enough. I wanted to go to the bullpen. The game is close. 2-0 is winnable, so I'm still trying to win this game. And here's Lucas Sims. That's not a strike, apparently. So, full count versus Alvarez. That's strike 3. Big first out. Next, it's Miguel Sano. On the 3-2 pitch, he strikes out as well. One more to go for Lucas Sims. And for the third straight at-bat, 3-2. He walks Kyle Tucker. It's 3-0. That's not something to panic about. But maybe this is. Deep to left center. And a lot of running here on the base paths, as that is going to bring home 3. 6-0 Houston. Base hit to center from Dansby Swanson. And the Astros make it 7-0. This hasn't exactly been the bounce back year I was hoping it would be for Lucas Sims. 7-0 ball game, and a drive from Devers. And this gets the Rockies on the board finally. And with this offense, it's going to take a lot more than 7 runs for me to give up on any game. Now it's a 5-run game. We go bottom 7. This is Miguel Sano. This is out to left center, hit well, and Reynolds almost scales the wall to make the catch. I didn't even know you could make plays like that. That's just super cool. I mistimed it, but to know it's possible is pretty sweet. Now, the Devers home run was our only run-producing hit of the day, so the Astros take this game. We split this little 2-game deal, and this took us right into the trade deadline. So I had to come back to see, all right, can we bring in a reliever? Is it worth it? We have a couple players who haven't been up to their potential this year, Lucas Sims and Jose Alvarado. We still have a lot of good bullpen pitchers, but do you try to make a move here if you're in the Rockies situation? We do have 2 lefties who have been good out of the bullpen, Rogers and Heaney. But if you were to make a move here, do you move on from Alvarado because he's a free agent at the end of the season? I really struggled to figure that out. I used the trade finder for a while. White Sox were offering Michael Kopech, which I had to at least consider. But ultimately, I decided here that we would keep the team the way it was. I didn't see a trade that I thought made sense that really would help us out. And I went through teams that are nowhere near playoff contention, and they don't have good relievers in most cases. So we are not making a trade at the deadline, but most teams also aren't here in franchise. The next milestone is going to be to think about contract extensions. And Rafael Devers, having 2 great years in Colorado, is now looking for $22 million on a 1-year contract, but ideally long-term with about $25 million a season. And I'm hoping we can get a deal done. But there are going to be a lot of free agents to think about when you have Nick Solak, Brian Reynolds, Ty France. All these guys are going to make at least like $10 million a season. Josh Bell, I mean, the way he's playing, you have to think about a multi-year deal with him as well. So I haven't thought a lot about that beyond wanting to sign Devers. But we move on to a series in San Diego. We have already split the first 2 in this one, with the Padres going for a series victory, and Luis Severino is on the mound. There is the home run derby champ, and Tatis. Last time we saw him here in an episode, he hit 2 home runs and like walked 3 times or something. I forget what it was. Severino gets him out. I forgot what it looked like to just have him not reach base at all. We take on Dinelson Lamet, who's been very effective this year for the Padres. Nimmo gets a slider left up, crushed deep to center, and this one is caught right near the fence. In the second, runner on base, Johnny Schaefer. Every time he puts that ball in the right spot, you do not run on Johnny Schaefer. Austin Nola in the air to left. Easy fly for Geronimo. Bottom 2. Here's Devers hitting .338, and Lamet gets him with that inside slider. That brings up Josh Bell, and he turns on a slider that catches the plate. Base hit. Following him, Johnny Schaefer, 2-0 base hit into right. He is so much more advanced as a hitter this season. It's incredible. Xavier Edwards gets the start as Trey Turner was dealing with a minor knee injury that was going to keep him out for about a week. But he pops out to third. We leave 2 on base. Scoreless into the third, Jurickson Profar. Strike 3 on the fastball. Following him, Brandon Lau. Fastball got him as well. First 3 innings going well for Luis Severino. And then a line drive dumped into right on a 3-2 pitch. Run up that pitch count a little bit, reach base. That's fantastic. A drive out to right field. That is Brandon Nimmo sending one out. 2-0 Rockies. 473. He really got a hold of that one. 4th inning. This is Ha-Sung Kim for the Padres. Little bouncer here to Devers. He's got to make the tough play and can't do it. Seemed like he made that tougher than it had to be. But Kim on first. Strike 3. Grisham looks at a slider right over the inside corner. 6 strikeouts here for Severino. Tatis is next, so we're obviously trying to be very careful pitching to him, and we're just going to end up walking him most of the time. 2 on now for Manny Machado. There's a good slider. 2-2. Chased it. Strike 3. That's 7 strikeouts for Severino. 2 down for Bradley Zimmer. Fouled off the fastball. 2-2 count. And he chased it. Striking out the side. Severino puts up his 4th 0. We head into the 5th. Nola waves at the fastball. Severino has a chance to lead the league this year in strikeouts. Should have had a strike call there. He ends up walking Jurickson Profar. That brings up Brandon Lau. And he gets one left over the plate. Base hit to right. Padres get 2 on, and a couple batters later, back to Ha-Sung Kim. Both runners in scoring position, and that's going to the alley in left center. And that is going to tie this game up. A 2-run double for Kim. Lamet at 66 pitches, facing Nimmo again. And this one bounced through, base hit. Reynolds follows. And there's a line drive into left center, down for extra bases. Nimmo on his way, waved around third base, and Reynolds not hitting the brakes quite yet. That is an RBI triple as the Rockies retake the lead. That gets us to David Geronimo. 20 home runs in the first half this year, and full count. And there it goes! Deep to left, and the Rockies open this lead up. It's 5-2. He got a slider up and in, and Geronimo hits number 24 on the season. He hit 34 a year ago, now has 81 in his major league career, and many of you still think that he's going to lead the team in home runs this season. A 5-2 game, still nobody out in the 5th as George Kirby comes in and walks Rafael Devers. That brings up Schaefer. And there's a drive to left center. This one's deep. Grisham back. Gone. 2-run homer, Johnny Schaefer, number 6 on the season. And the lead is growing. 7-2 Rockies. You don't want to fall asleep, though, facing a lineup this good. Severino into the 6th inning. 0-2 on Tatis. He strikes him out. He got him out twice. That's his 10th strikeout. Severino, 93 pitches in. A drive to right center. Austin Nola into the bullpen. A solo home run makes this a 4-run game, so let's go to our bullpen. By not making a move, that's essentially a vote of confidence in Jose Alvarado that his second half can be much better than his first. 2-0 line drive to Jurickson Profar. That brings up Brandon Lau, lefty-lefty. Good fastball there, clipping the outside. And got him with the fastball low in the zone. Strike 3. C.J. Abrams comes off the bench. Again, nailing the outside to get ahead. And cutter away, strike 3. Ha-Sung Kim, already 2 for 3 on the day. Lifts one in the air, well hit to left. And Geronimo is there. Hopefully we can get more decent outings from Jose Alvarado. But we head into the 7th inning. Johnny Schaefer, a triple shy of the cycle here. Off of that 2-run homer in his last at-bat. 3-2. And it's in the air to left center field. This one's going to get down. He's got a chance. But a perfect carom to Grisham. You can't go to 3 on that. 4 for 4 day for Johnny Schaefer, hitting his 2nd double of the day. How good is Johnny Schaefer? I can't believe the leap he's taken in year 2. Zach Veen comes into the game here in the 8th inning. We didn't add on a run with the Schaefer double, but Veen draws a walk. Now Nimmo's going to deep left. He already has a couple hits, and now a 2-home run day. Opposite field for Nimmo. He has one of those, a 470-footer, and he's hitting over 300. 9-3 Rockies. But Brian Reynolds hits a base hit to left. Geronimo gets hit on an 0-2 pitch. Josh Bell takes a walk. And we're already back to Johnny Schaefer in the 8th inning. 4 for 4. A triple shy of the cycle. Anybody can hit a triple in Coors Field. Anybody. High drive out to deep right field. Back at the wall. Grand slam. Johnny Schaefer. Forget the cycle. A 2-homer, 2-double, 5-hit performance for the best up-and-coming catcher in Major League Baseball. Unbelievable. A true signature game for Schaefer, showing that he has arrived in a big way this season. The lead has grown to 10 runs. Christopher Sanchez in the game. That's a drive out to right, off the scoreboard. That's a base hit for Ty France. Xavier Edwards 0 for 4. Hitless no more, base hit right field. Zach Veen. Base hit center field. Francis waved around on the slow roller. Grisham's throw in, not in time. 11-run game. Nimmo knocked down. You're not getting anybody. The bases are loaded again. The Padres bullpen has fallen apart. A walk to Reynolds. Geronimo, bases loaded. High fly ball into center. Grisham under it. And we can tag up. It's just a 9-run inning, no big deal. Well, we get a position player game today, and thankfully it's not in a game where we're down by like 12. It's a game where we're up by 13. Zach Veen has this submarine delivery in here. I guess on the custom roster he's got that. His fastball velo's not bad either. That's a ground ball under the glove at first base. He gives up a hit. 86 on the fastball. That's fine, especially with this delivery. They see it out of your hand a little awkwardly. Strike 3 for Zach Veen, his first big league strikeout. 1 out to go. And there's the drive to right. Well, he has an ERA now. Next up, Nomar Mazara. Strike 3 for Zach Veen. That is your ball game. Rockies win 16-5. That was such a fun finish to the game, and I just love seeing Johnny Schaefer put together this season. I came in with the plan of him splitting time with Dom Nunez and easing him along, as his right-handed hitting last year was just not up to par, and this season he's been a completely transformed hitter. I mean, +7 contact against righties, and 5 of his 7 home runs have been against righties, including one of them today. He's hitting .317 in his second big league season. Unfortunately, last year was a full year of MLB service, so he's not eligible for Rookie of the Year. But if he was, there wouldn't even be a Rookie of the Year race. If you check out the depth chart, by the way, and project out the future, they have Schaefer at a higher overall than anybody else in the organization. 99. He is on a very special trajectory this early in his career. He's hitting .295 against righties. That's got to be at least 100 points better than last season. I hope you're all enjoying the episodes here in the Rockies franchise. Appreciate your support. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next episode in the Colorado Rockies franchise. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.